How you doing there, Magic players? Barry White here from MagicUntapped.com and the Magic Untapped YouTube channel. You know, Innistrad Crimson Vow is coming out here in a couple weeks, and it kind of got me thinking. What are some of the top and most popular vampire commanders for EDH? Well, I did a little research, did a little homework, did a little math, and, well, now I bring to you the 10 most popular vampire commanders as Magic Untapped enters the Spindown. Starting with the 10th most popular vampire commander, Drana, Liberator of Malakir, finds herself at the head of 75 of the decks registered on the commander-centric resource EDHREC.com. A 3-drop 2/3 with flying and first strike, Drana is great with go-wide strategies, as every time she hits an opponent, all of your attacking creatures get bigger by way of +1/+1 counters. Not too shabby for a card that lists at only $5.49. Next on the list is Anji Falconwrath from Commander 2019. This Rakdos colored commander is a 1/3 with haste for 1, a black, and a red, and is an absolute perfect fit for Madness decks thanks not only to her ability of tap and discard a card to draw a card, but also because whenever you discard a card with the Madness ability, she untaps. Now that's quite the maddening engine. Best part? She's a bargain at only $1.50. 8th is Anawan, the Ruin Sage. At the helm of 88 decks according to EDHREC, this 5-drop 4/3 is repeated non-targeting removal as, at the beginning of your upkeep, each player sacrifices a non-vampire creature. As a vampire tribal commander, that means that you will be in the clear while your opponents will have some tough decisions to make. The card pairs well with aristocrat support cards such as Blood Artists as well. And the financial obligation for this one? Only $5.50. Vona, Butcher of Magan, clocks in as the 6th overall most popular vampire commander. A 4/4 with vigilance and lifelink for 3, a white and a black, Vona has the ability to destroy any target non-land permanent. Any. Sure, it comes at the cost of 7 life whenever you want to fire off this ability, but between this commander having lifelink and the various life-gaining strategies you would no doubt be running alongside it, that's a small price to pay to be an ongoing threat to every permanent your opponents control. Vona, Butcher of Magan, currently lists at $7.99. The 6th most popular right now is the Commander 2017 card, Lysia, Sanguine Tribune. This Mardu-colored commander does cost a bit to bring out at 5, a red, white, and black, but she does have her own rebate, costing 1 less for each 1 point of life you've gained during the turn. A 4/4 with first strike and lifelink, she, like Vona, has a life-paying ability that puts 3 +1/+1 counters onto herself. Assuming combat damage is going through, you're basically paying 3 life to gain 7 the first time around, then to gain more each following time it works out in your favor. Plus, Lysia is not a terribly expensive card by any means, listing at just $2.79. We are at the half point on this list, and ranking 5th amongst most popular vampire commanders is Florian, Voldaren Scion, from the recently released Innistrad Midnight Hunt. A 3/3 with first strike for 1, a black and a red, Florian lets you look at the top number of cards of your library at the beginning of your post-combat main phase based upon the amount of life your opponents have lost up to that point in the turn. The payoff is that you then get to exile one of those cards, giving you the ability to cast it for the remainder of the turn, while returning the rest to the bottom of your library. It's like a life loss based mini tutor, and that's not too shabby. Also, Florian, Voldaren Scion, is only going for 99 cents at the moment. Quite the bargain. Speaking of the Voldarens, Olivia Voldaren takes the 4th spot on this list. A 3/3 with flying for 2, a black and a red, Olivia is part direct damage, dealing 1 point of damage to any creature and turning that creature into a vampire, and part buffer, seeing as she gets a +1/+1 counter each time she does this. She's also part control, thanks to her ability to take control of any vampire on the field so long as she, too, is in play. Basically, nearly any creature on the battlefield can be her little plaything, which explains why this $11.99 card is so high on the list. Ranking 3rd and appearing in 353 decks according to EDHREC is Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. This 1/3 for 2 and a black from Core Set 2021 is an extremely powerful card in any deck that runs or is built around life gain, as, for each point of life you gain, target opponent loses that much. Plus, Veto has the ability to give all of your creatures lifelink until end of turn, making your creatures twice as nice when he's on the board. Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, is currently worth a rather affordable $4.49. We are staying with the Dusk Rose for the second most popular vampire commander with Olivia, the Dusk Rose, who appears at the helm of some 360 decks. While only a 1/1 for 2, a white and a black, this lifelinker gets bigger by way of +1/+1 counters whenever another creature dies. Plus, when she dies, you get to create an army of 1/1 lifelink vampire creatures equal to the number of +1/+1 counters that were on her when she died. And thanks to an EDH rule change a while back, sending her to the command zone upon death still triggers this ability. Olivia, the Dusk Rose, is currently listing around $23. Finally, the #1 most popular vampire commander in all of Magic, well currently, should come as no surprise. A 4/4 for 3, a red, white, and black, Edgar Markov has proven to be the end-all be-all of vampire commanders. He is found as the face of nearly 4,800 decks according to EDH Rec, and does not even need to be on the battlefield to help you thanks to his Eminence ability, creating free 1/1 vampire tokens whenever you cast a vampire. And, lest we forget when he actually is in play, he has First Strike and Haste, and, whenever he attacks, puts a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control, including himself. A $90 card, Edgar Markov is a force with which to be reckoned. No wonder Olivia Voldaren wants to get hitched to this hunk. So there you go, the 10 most popular commanders who are vampires for Commander. Now, do you have a favorite vampire commander you want to tell us about? If so, mention it here in the comments on YouTube. Tell us all about it, why you like it. And you know what? If you like this video, please support the channel by subscribing to Magic Untapped here on YouTube and tossing a buck on our Patreon tip jar. Thank you very much for watching.